If I'm not equipping you, you are gonna go get shot up in the business realm of sales. And that is not good. We need to role play with people, not until they get it right. We need to role play with people until they cannot get it wrong. That is the part of teaching it. Today, I want to give you the simple steps to growing, scaling, and getting to the next level. Not going to be super tangible, but they're going to point you in the right direction. And now it's just going to be a matter of you bridging the gap between where you are and the direction in which I'm about to point you right now. And so in order to scale, it comes down to three things, okay? Number one, you have to learn it. You have to learn it yourself because you can't pour from an empty cup. You can't teach something that you do not know, and you can't teach something that you don't understand. And so right now, if you're in the beginning stages of growing your business or growing your agency, it's all about, can you learn as much as you possibly can? And part of the way you learn is by doing, being bad, learning what works, learning what doesn't work, and then executing and just being better moving forward. But right now, you need to obsess about being a student. Do you know how the products work? Do you understand the system? Do you know how to do a recruiting interview? Do you know how to approach and contact somebody, prospect them? Do you know what phone call to use when you do prospect them to actually set up the recruiting interview? Do you know how to execute an incredible recruiting interview that makes people want to partner with our firm? Do you know how to properly run them through our system? Do you know how to get them licensed? Do you know our sales process? So when you start to field train them, you know how to help the agent go have success in their market and help a bunch of clients. Do you understand leads? So that way you can teach people where to buy the leads, how to dial the leads, how to utilize the CRM. Have you gone out of your way to master your craft? And that needs to be your obsession. That needs to be your obsession. And here's the deal. If you don't learn this, you're just going to stay stagnant. So the question is how long do you want it to take to go from where you are to where you want to be in life? If you have big goals, big dreams, big desires, which I'm sure you do, that's why you're listening to this, you not becoming skillful is hurting you. It's hurting you. Here's the good news though. Right now, especially if it's just you, this is the easiest time to scale your income. Because if you're making $3,000 a month, $5,000 a month, and you just double your skill set, you go from $5,000 a month to $10,000 a month. If you triple your skill set, you go from $5,000 a month to $15,000 a month. If you quadruple your skill set, you go from $5,000 a month to $20,000 a month, and so on and so on and so on. Being in the beginning stages of learning the business, that is the funnest part. And it's actually the easiest time for you to scale your income because all you are reliant on in order to scale your income is yourself. So as long as you're willing to learn, you're willing to work, you're willing to put in the effort, your income will scale. And now that leads us to point number two, which is teach it. And can you teach something that you do not know? Nope. That's why point one is so important. But now that you've entered step two, now it comes down to how good are you at duplicating yourself? I want you to write this down. Every situation is an opportunity for duplication. Every situation is an opportunity for duplication, meaning there should be nothing that you do on a day-to-day basis where somebody is not shadowing you in order to learn how to do what you are doing. So every phone call, somebody should be shadowing. Every appointment, somebody should be shadowing. When you are following up on business, somebody should be shadowing. When you are preparing to meet with a client, somebody should be shadowing. There should be nothing that you do where somebody is not shadowing, especially if you want to duplicate yourself at a mass level. So that's the first part of it. The second part of it is keeping things extremely simple. Because if you are confusing or you are complicated, it makes it very difficult for people to copy what you are doing. So in order to multiply, you must first simplify. Keep it so easy that a caveman can do it. Part of the simplicity aspect of it is making sure that you say the same thing over and over again. And let me explain why this is so important. If I go into a client appointment and I say one thing, and then on the next appointment, I say something else, and then on the next appointment, I say something else, and I have somebody shadowing me, now what happens? People are now in a position where they are sitting there thinking, okay, I have to say something new in every single appointment. They're thinking to themselves, do I have to learn 3 different sales presentations? Like, do I need to learn all of this? Or is there just one way that works? And the fact of the matter is there is one way that works, but you keep going on tangents, which then makes things complicated, which then makes it difficult to duplicate. So part of teaching it is keeping it simple. The third part is role play. Role play. Spend time transferring skill. Repeat after me. repeat after me, repeat after me. Hey, say this, say this, say this. Let's practice. Let's practice. For me, I've always believed that you shouldn't rise up to the occasion. You should sink to your level of preparation. And so I want to role play with you until you're bulletproof. I want to role play with you until you have every script, every objection dialed in. I want you bulletproof. This is what most people who are amateurs in leadership do. They give people a script, they say, go dial, and they get murdered in the realm of sales. Think about it like this. I have a lot of people in my organization that have served our country. What if we have somebody, we said, you know what? Welcome to the military. Let's send you into Afghanistan. No bulletproof vest, no training, no ammunition, no protection, no security, no nothing. Just go figure everything out while you are there. What is the likelihood of that soldier coming back alive? Slim to none. Why? Because I sent them into rejection. I sent them onto the battlefield not equipped. It's the same thing in sales. If I send you onto the battlefield and you are not equipped with how to overcome objections, what to say, when to say it, how to say it, the proper time to say it. If I'm not equipping you, you are going to go get shot up in the business realm of sales. And that is not good. We need to role play with people, not until they get it right. We need to role play with people until they cannot get it wrong. That is the part of teaching it. Another thing that I would do is make sure that before every appointment, you spend time letting them know, hey, this is what to expect. This is what I want you to look out for. And then at the end of every appointment, make sure that you recap to make sure that they are picking up on the important points that they might have missed if you did not teach them about it. Really help them come into your world. So point number one, learn it. Point number two, teach it. Point number three, in order to scale, is we need to teach others to teach it. We need to teach others to teach it. Meaning I need to lay out a path for all of those moving into leadership on what to do with their agents. Meaning I need to have procedures, I need to have systems, I need to have processes, so that way I can lay it in front of them and say, okay, this is what you're going to do with a new person. This is the steps that you're going to take. This is how you're going to take those steps. These are the word tracks that you're using while you're taking those steps. You need to lay it out extremely clear so those that you have moving into leadership know exactly what to do, when to do it, and how to do it. Then from there, we need to follow up with them to make sure that they are doing it right. So it's, okay, Agent A, you're moving into leadership. This is what I want you to do. I want you to do everything with your agent that I did with you. So remember when I did this? Yes, you're going to do that. Remember when I did this? Yes, you're going to do that. Remember when I did this? Yes, you're going to do that. So here's a step-by-step form that shows you exactly what to do with the agent and how to do it. I want you to go do with them what I did with you. Now, after they start doing it with that agent, I'm going to follow up. How did it go? What could we have done better? What can we improve upon? What is something that popped up that you didn't know how to handle or you didn't know how to do? And now all of a sudden I start providing that coaching and that mentorship so I can help them get better at their duplication process. So guys, if you want to scale, it's not just about growing in addition, it's about growing in multiplication. If you learn it and teach it, you are growing in addition. If you learn it, teach it, and teach others to teach it, it's step 3, the teaching others to teach it is what leads to you growing in multiplication. I don't want to grow in addition, even though that's important. I want to grow in multiplication because that's going to allow us to scale that much faster and get that much bigger. So once again, learn it, teach others to teach it. Learn it, teach others to teach it. And if you can master these 3 things, you will explode your business. So with that being said, guys, if you learned something from today, do me a favor, tell a friend. We're growing, we're expanding when it comes to this channel, and we want to have as many people listening as possible, especially if it can make a difference. We put out all this content for free. All we ask is that if it ever helps you, that you tell a friend. Thank you guys, and I'll see you guys next week.
Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it.